The warlord, during a year of famine, saved two little beggar girls. But unexpectedly, after eating their fill, the two girls took the general's son into the mountains, to the army. The general rushed to save a child. When he arrived, he was astonished to find that not only was his son unharmed, but he had miraculously regained his sight, moved to tears. The general learned that the two girls had taken his son into the mountains to find a rare medicinal herb. Deeply touched, he hugged them with gratitude. These two children truly seemed like gifts sent from heaven. Yet, upon arriving in this world, they had been taken in by a cruel couple. Not only did the couple starve them daily, but they also planned to sell them as slaves. Fortunately, the warlord had witnessed the scene and immediately bought them back. Soon, the girls realized that this general was the very man they were destined to find. When they returned home, the general discovered that his son was gravely ill. Seeing the boy bedridden and weak, the two girls were deeply saddened. They had barely just met him, and already they were about to lose him. They decided to act, calling the boy by his name. They prayed fervently for him to awaken. As they voiced their wishes, a mysterious energy seemed to enter the boy's body. A moment later, he opened his eyes. The general, astonished and overjoyed, immediately called for a doctor. The diagnosis stunned everyone. Not only was the boy completely cured, but he now appeared even healthier than most children his age. The general's gratitude toward the two girls grew even more, but the doctor added that although his illness had vanished, his eyesight had not yet returned. Without a remedy made from a rare medicinal herb, he risked remaining blind forever. The two girls then stood up and said they knew where to find this herb, in the mountains behind the estate. They offered to retrieve it for their big brother. The general immediately refused. That mountain was guarded by an immortal, and everyone he had sent to seek the herb had been driven away. But the two girls did not listen and left with the boy for the mountains. They encountered the immortal, who, recognizing the sacred mission of the two children, willingly gave them the medicinal plant. Thanks to it, the boy's sight was fully restored. When the general arrived, he saw his son's bright, healthy eyes and was convinced that the two girls were true blessings to his household. Just then, a soldier arrived in haste. The granary meant for the famine victims was empty, and an urgent solution was needed to feed the people. Upon returning home, the general discovered the truth. A wealthy merchant had deliberately hoarded and withheld grain. The man's goal was to force the general to marry his daughter, thus gaining his military title. To help the general overcome this crisis, the boy and the two girls decided to try their luck at an auction. That day, a contest was being held. Whoever found the most precious pearl would win a large reward. The host of the event was none other than the merchant's daughter. Even the cheapest seashell cost 100 coins, far too expensive for them. They turned instead to a discarded shell, considered worthless, while everyone mocked them. One of the girls insisted she could sense an exceptional pearl hidden inside the damaged shell. The merchant's daughter, arrogant and scornful, declared that she would gladly let them have her trash, but on one condition. If there was no pearl inside, they must leave the house and let her marry the general. However, if a pearl did emerge, she would open her granaries and feed the starving people. The girl accepted the wager without hesitation. The general arrived just in time to witness this reckless promise, but he chose, despite his worry, to trust the young girl. The abandoned shell was brought forth. The little girl tapped it gently, and at that instant, a brilliant light burst from within, dazzling everyone around.